everybody. Welcome to the Township Lacey Caucus meeting, April 14, 2022. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, pursuant to public laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Essex Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. We start with the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Resolution 2020. We'll take quarterly.
Oh, you pulled it out for that's just what I have to do.
How about I stand
next.
this way?
All right, that's perfectly fine too.
Good evening, Mayor and Committee. Thanks for having me here today. There's a quarterly update on how Oyster Creek is doing. I'm Jeff Dostal, Site Vice President down at Oyster Creek, and I'm pleased to announce that we are on track and we're under budget for the work that's going on down at Oyster Creek. We're actually 20% ahead of schedule and still on the budget, so that's working out well. All fuel has been moved into dry storage in 33 canisters at the site, so that's good from a risk perspective for the neighborhood and for public safety. We're working on removing the fuel racks from the fuel pole. What that has taken 14 of the racks that held the fuel as was in wet storage, taking those out, and those are being shipped down to Texas. All in all, the waste that we removed from the site since we started the project is over 16 million pounds. So we've already removed 16 million pounds of waste from the site. And if you look at the way other companies have progressed through decommissioning at nuclear sites, they've taken everything and they've stuck them in a landfill. They just bury everything. Our purpose is to recycle as much as we can, reuse as much as we can, and we've already recycled over a quarter of the waste we've taken out. So we're doing very well with that, and we're going to do better. Over the next 2 years, what we're going to be doing is focusing on a reactor and turbine building. We've already taken down 26 structures at the site, fully demoed, taken those out. There's 3 ancillary buildings left before we start focusing on the reactor and turbine building, which are our main buildings at the site. So we're still on target, and everything's moving well that way.
Yes.
And one last thing, I'd like to present a check to the committee for $10,000 to support the fireworks at Lacey.
Thank you, Mark. Can you come down to the fire chief?
He doesn't like
That's enough for tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're welcome. Wonderful.
Mayor, can you turn around with that check?
Great, thank you. Any questions?
Yes, I'd like to.
One of the big
Thank
things
you.
is employee safety. From time to time, we've seen on the papers, you might call on the phone. Just since your last update, let's just see accidents, things like that that we need to know
Since the last update, there have been 2 first aids at the site.
about.
First aids,
Okay.
all right, those first aids, one consisted of an individual who was working on fiberglass. Before he took off the gloves, he wiped his face with his fiberglass gloves, and he got a little bit of irritation on the side of his face. That was one of the first aids. And the other, the individual was holding a rope, and he got a rope burn when it pulled from his hand. Those are the extent of the safety issues we've had at site this year, and we are keeping them in there.
Very good.
When is how long is it going to take for the reactor to come out?
Excuse me,
The
sir?
reactor, how long?
How long for the reactor? Reactor internals, we're down to the lower core plate. So we expect all the internals to be out of the reactor by June, July timeframe. And at that point, what we're doing is suspending operations on the reactor and focusing on the building itself. And it'll be about 2 years before we get into the reactor vessel itself.
So what is it? What was it? The total time frame then for that?
Excuse
For
me?
dismantling the reactor, the entire
The reactor internals dismantling.
everything.
That's the major part.
Yeah.
And 2 years for dismantling.
2 years.
Wow.
I can't speak, dismantling everything. So,
Okay.
all right.
Would you care to share with us how you're gonna redevelop that property?
How do we what?
How you're gonna redevelop that property?
Well, there is nothing cast in stone right now, but as you know, we are looking at multiple options for the property, for the site, and one is small modular reactors that Holtec has developed. We did sign both partnerships to design the outside facilities and also the electronics for a potential reactor. So
Good.
that's one thing that we are starting to work on.
Good.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Number 2, resolution 2022-122, appointing a police officer.
Yeah, my resolution's not here. Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the appointment of Sean C. Spina as a full-time police officer with the Township of Lacey. Now, before we want to vote on this, do we want the chief to introduce him, or do we want to vote first?
want the
You might want
chief.
to change our mind. What do you think?
No. You know, good help is hard to find.
Yes.
Thank you, Veronica. As always, I gotta thank our governing body for their continued support of our police department. I want to welcome everybody here tonight. I see some friends in the audience, so it's nice to be here and they can provide your support. That's more up here.
You can have that back.
Back to you.
So Sean Spina is a lifelong resident of Lacey Township. He graduated from our high school in 2016, where he spent 2 years attending the Academy of Law and Public Safety in Waretown. Upon graduation, not did he just get a diploma, he also received a certification as a public safety telecommunicator, what some of us know as a police dispatcher. So he started his law enforcement career, at a young age. I'm sure his family, his father had a lot of influence on that. I know he enrolled at Ocean County College, where he started taking some courses towards his degree. January 2020, give or take, he began working for the New Jersey State Department of Corrections as a correctional police officer, and most recently working for Ocean County Jail, where his father Anthony retired as a captain a few years back. In addition to his law enforcement experience, he's worked as a firefighter. He's worked at it as a paid EMT for both Lacey EMS and Quality. He also was in PAC 56 of the Boy Scouts and earned his Eagle Scout, which is certainly something to be very proud of. When he attended the Camden County Corrections Academy, he received the PTC, or Police Training Commission, merit. And he was voted, I guess, as being the most, or the recruit, most likely to succeed in law enforcement. Again, that's another great honor. I gotta tell you, I've been involved with doing police officer interviews for at least the last 10 years, maybe 15 years. I was doing one as a lieutenant. I've gone out and helped my peers in other municipalities doing police officer interviews. And I gotta tell you, and I didn't say it to you, I'm telling you now, this by far was one of the best interviews that I've ever done.
Wow.
You are certainly scored away. And with that, he's going to be attending the Ocean County Police Academy in a couple of weeks, on April 30th. So I'm sure he's going to come back with awards that he's earned and put the heat on you a little bit. But there's no doubt in my mind, you have the potential certainly to get some awards while you're there. And I know you're going to make us proud. So with that, welcome to the Lacey Police Department, and congratulations to you and your family. Well done. I don't think that changed your mind, but
It's kind of like when I marry people, it's like,
I think we're gonna table this now after what the chief said.
All right, can I have a motion to adopt the resolution?
Move it.
Second. Peggy. Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff? All
yes.
right, now I get to swear the young man.
Thank you, Mayor.
Who's joining us? Who's going to hold the Bible? You look at me. You get Bible, stand over there next to him. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right. Just so you know, also, I don't know how many of you know this, but his grandmother, Laura's mom, Mary Lou Smith, was a former mayor here in Lacey Township. mid-70s.
Wow.
So it's quite the honor.
Yes.
All right, so you're just gonna repeat after me, raise your right. I, Sean C. Spina,
I, Sean C. Spina,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of police officer
perform all the duties of police officer
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established in the United States
and to the government established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Congratulations. Family photos there, come on, guys.
Family up.
He must have practiced this, because he didn't stumble over this at all. Everybody. Right, Sean, before you leave. He's a left-handed person. That's great. Thank you.
So, as is normal, I'm going to call on the Township Committee to congratulate Mr. McDonald, please.
Thank you. Sean, welcome to what I consider to be the finest police force in the state of New Jersey. I will simply ask you to do this. Keep this town safe. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Kennis, please.
Sean, you're very accomplished. I said you're a great addition to the force. You come from a very intelligent family.
Yes.
I've known your mom and your uncle for 40 years, and I think very highly of your whole family. And so I just wish you the best of luck.
Mr. Giuliano, please.
Sean, I've known you since you were a little guy, so.
Hey.
You a little offended there?
And I just am so happy to have you here, taking care of us in Lacey too, and I'm so proud for your mom and dad. Congratulations, welcome aboard.
There is one thing I have to say here. So, see this? Your mom was, I was not here then working, by the way, administering a meeting one time, and it was all about, as we called it, Carusoville, out west of the Parkway. And it was quite a cantankerous meeting because, of course, the Pinelands came in and said they couldn't build their little village of houses that they didn't build. And at the time, she was hitting the gavel so hard that she broke the gavel. So the Russos have supplied us with a new gavel and a new, block there. I mean, this was from 1970. So, yeah. So there was an inscription on here, and I can't read it any longer because that's how old it is. So.
And Sean, whenever we swear in a police officer, I look at the family and the pride in your father's face as you got sworn in. Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. And that's what it means. I know everyone there and the pride they have in this township. I know you'll do a great job. Thank you very much.
You guys can leave if you want to.
Yes, you
I'll
can.
make you stay.
Thank you.
Item number 4, Associated Humane Society special event, Lions, Tigers, and Bears,
Beers.
Saturday, Saturday, June 11th, 2022.
So this is a special use permit, and they are having a, Lions, Tigers, and Beers, oh my,
Oh my.
event at the park to bring, animal awareness, raise some funds for the shelter and for the animals that they house there. So they just need permission since this is not their normal practice of business. So can I have a motion to approve?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
And Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Item number 5, requested use of Gilly Park for 5K run, OCPO, FOP, PBA.
This is the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office. They are looking to host a run at Gilly Park. They are also looking to utilize the certified course that Municipal Alliance paid for. There are some concerns from Public Works and from Recreation as it relates to the run, and of course, this is an outside agency. This is not a township function, so we should not have to bear any of the expenses as it relates to overtime and those items. Jim Wyland feels that this would be better suited somewhere else, not here in our park. And so I don't know what you guys want to do. I know our chief of police is asking for us to consider it, but I don't think we should consider it for free, because once we start giving it away for free for one person, we're doing it for
Yeah.
all. It's one thing if it's a township function.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother thing when it's an outside agency.
When is this race supposed to take place?
It's in a couple of weeks. It's, there's a lot of information going back and forth and around. June 4th, which we have some other events going on June 4th in town. So I have something going on, we have a mobile, Associated Humane Society Popcorn Park Zoo is doing a mobile clinic out front here for shots for animals on that day. Plus, we have a couple of other events by other organizations as well that day around town. Besides, this would be early in the morning, as you can see.
Good.
You know, Jim wants them to start it earlier rather than later, because we need to use the fields and stuff and have the park cleared for when the soccer comes in and girls softball comes in.
I'll make a motion that we decline this.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any comments?
No, I don't have
I
any.
don't feel like we should decline it, but that's just my opinion.
That's-
mean,
that's
if we could-
fine.
If we could speak to them and maybe see about getting it earlier and asking for fund,
Peggy, do you want us to hold this over to our next meeting?
We can.
We can hold this
Yes,
over.
I'll speak
All
with
right,
you.
I'll
Find out,
withdraw that
discuss.
declination and make a motion that we'll hold this over to the next meeting. And they need to supply us with all information that we
Right.
requested, and that we
tell them what we
can run
need
with it.
too on the other side.
Yeah.
And there might be a fee associated.
That's it.
That's fine, yep.
Yeah.
All right, I will give the young lady a call and find out the details and see if they're willing to pay our fees.
Yep, that's it.
I have no other items to add to this agenda. Yes?
Motion to adjourn,
Move it.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Good evening, welcome to the Township of Lacey Township Meeting, April 14, 2022. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, pursuant to the public laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon, and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. Start the salute to the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number one, first reading of ordinance 2022-08, authorizing the purchase of block 1852, lots 47 and 58.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the purchase of block 1852, lots 47 and 48, which is on Arthur Street, which is a paper street pursuant to NJSA 48:12-5. This is a 40 by 100 parcel, which is in our redevelopment area behind Walters Development Group. We are looking to meet our state-ordered housing requirement for affordable housing. We're purchasing this out of the Affordable Housing Fund for $11,000.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
And Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Item number two, first reading of ordinance 2022-09, authorizing the purchase of block 1852, lots 5, 6, and 7.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the purchase of block 1852, lots 5, 6, and 7, which is on Bell Street in the same location as the previous ordinance pursuant to NJSA 48:12-5. This is a 60 by 100 parcel that we are purchasing for $13,500.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Item number three, first reading of ordinance 2022-10, authorizing the purchase of block 1852, lots 1, 2, 28, 29, 30, 36, 39, and 40.
Resolution, ordinance, of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the purchase of block 1852, lots 1 and 2 on Bell Street, lots 28 and 29 on York Avenue North, lots 30 through 36, lots 39 and 40, and lots 43 through 46 on Arthur Street pursuant to NJSA 48:12-5. These are several lots here, and we are purchasing them for the total amount of $114,500. And again, it's in the same vicinity for our Phase 3 with Walters Development Group. Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Item number four, first reading of ordinance 2021-11, establishing a cap bank.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank in accordance with NJSA 48:4-45.14. I know this always confuses everybody, but this is authorized under state law, and this ordinance allows the township to use some or all of that 3.5% in the 2 years immediately following the current budget year if it is not needed in the current budget. The portion referred to is known as a cap bank ordinance, which allows the governing body to bank the permission it was given to spend a certain amount of money in 1 year, but was not actually spent for use in subsequent years.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Item number 5, second reading of ordinance 2022-07, setting 2022 salaries for the non-bargaining employees.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. These are for your management and your supervisory staff. This is for the year 2022. The increases was 3%. Motion?
Second reading, open to the public.
Seeing none, make a motion to close the public floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 6, resolution 2022-123, certifying compliance with the EEOC as it relates to the budget.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, certifying governing body compliance with the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's enforcement guidance on the consideration of arrest and conviction records in employment decisions under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This is just another bit of red tape that we now have to do with the budget. So I just need a motion on it, please.
Move it. Yeah.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 7, resolution 2022-124, authorizing the township to assume the annual budget self-examination.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the Township of Lacey to assume the responsibility of conducting the annual budget examination. This is allowed, like every 3 years, we have to go to the state and they review our budget for a year or two, so we're back to self-exam this year. Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 8, resolution 2022-125, introducing the 2022 budget. Oh, boy.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, introducing the local municipal budget of the Township of Lacey for the fiscal year 2022. So, general appropriations for municipal purposes, $35,859,080.55. The reserve for uncollected taxes, $1,387,826.45. Total general appropriations is $37 million, excuse me, I wish it was $37,000.
Yes, right?
$37,246,907. Less the anticipated revenues of $19,002,716.60. The amount to be raised by taxes for the support of the municipal budget is $18,244,190.40. The second reading or public hearing on the budget will be May 12th at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to turn it over to Linda now, and she will give us some other details related to the budget, which you guys do all have it in front of you, but she'll publicly speak about it.
Yeah, so tonight we're introducing on-time and within caps the 2022 budget. It's about a $2.2 million increase over last year's adopted budget. Some notable increases that added to that was insurance, health benefits. COVID obviously drove both of those expenditures up, and we had contractual solid waste increases. That'll be a couple years in a row. We'll be getting that through that contract. We have some contractual salary obligations. Also, minimum wage went up again, so we have to cover those contractual obligations. And we're also using like 1.1 million of that, which is almost half of the increase, American Rescue funds. So the taxpayer is not being hit for those expenditures. That will be supported by the ARP funding, and we're using that for quite a different array of projects. That being said, the tax increase is 1.4 cents. It's very minimal impact to the resident. If you have a home in town and it's assessed at $275,000, you can expect to pay $39 more annually. That's it. So I think that's pretty good. You're going to look at $3.25 a month more, or if you're getting your quarterly tax bill, it's about $9.75 more. So that's I thought pretty impressive considering inflation and all the costs that have gone up everywhere for those at home and plus us here in the township. I always, like to point out that we've used certain amounts of surplus deferred school taxes and done a couple things that it's working. So that is good. The public hearing is on May 12th, 6:30, but I'd also like to thank Veronica, you always help me. We always work well together. It's always my pleasure to do this, and I just wanted to make sure you knew that. I appreciate you. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, now we can have a motion on the resolution.
Move it.
Second?
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 9, resolution 2022-126, appointing a tax collector.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, appointing Allison Valorman as a tax collector for the Township of Lacey. Our tax collector, former tax collector, left and went to Jersey City. Allison is coming from Pemberton Township to join our team here. She starts Thursday, the 21st of April. Her annual salary is $92,000 a year. She comes with about 7 years of experience and a tremendous amount of experience in the Edmund software package. Motion?
Move it.
Second?
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
And Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 10, resolution 2022-127, appointing a records clerk for the police department.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, appointing Pamela Goldstein to the position of clerk in the Lacey Township Police Records Bureau. We have seen some vacancies in the Police Records Bureau due to attrition through retirement. We are now replacing those positions. She will be starting on Monday, April 18th. The salary in accordance with the CWA contract is $38,378 a year. Motion?
Move it.
Second?
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 11, resolution 2022-128, authorizing a lateral transfer of an employee to the records bureau.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the lateral transfer of Kazmira Kanka from Public Safety Telecommunication to Clerk 1 in the Police Department Records Bureau. Again, as I said, we are filling some vacancies there. Our dispatcher, Casey, has expressed an interest of moving from dispatch to the clerical side of the unit. She will be moving as of Monday.
Move it.
Second?
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yeah. Number 12, resolution 2022-129, appointing a confidential aide for the police department.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, appointing Brian E. Weckes to the position of confidential aide / police aide for the Lacey Township Police Department. We had the person that was serving in this position has moved to a county position. Brian will be starting with us on Monday. The starting salary is $38,378.
Move it.
Second?
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 13, resolution 2022-130, appointing a part-time property clerk for the police department.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, provisionally appointing Keith Pierce to the position of part-time property clerk word processing operator for the Lacey Township Police Department. This is provisional because it is not an entry-level position. Civil Service will be calling an open competitive exam. It is, again, as I said, part-time, 25 hours or less per week. It's $27.13 an hour. Motion?
Move it.
Second?
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 14, resolution 2022-131, authorizing a shared service agreement with the County of Ocean for the traffic enforcement program.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the execution of an interlocal service agreement with the County of Ocean for the fiscal year 2022 Ocean County Sheriff's Traffic Enforcement Program grant. These are shared services that we do with the county as it relates to use of different specialized programs within our police department where we're reimbursed hourly rates when we're called upon for those needs in those specialized departments. Motion?
Move it.
Second?
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 15, resolution 2022-132, authorizing the execution of a grant agreement for the Municipal Alliance Program.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing execution of a grant agreement with the County of Ocean for the Municipal Alliance Program. This is a new grant that the county has received, and they are allocating it out through the Municipal Alliance programs. This again is going through JCATA, which is the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse, and it's called the Youth Leadership Grant through the Department of Human Services, the Division of Mental Health and Addiction Services. We are receiving $5,820.86. This is basically for services of consultants and stuff. It's not to pay for salaries, program fees, or supplies.
Move it.
Second?
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 16, resolution 2022-133, supporting the passage of S 1697 and A 757.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, in support of S 1697 and A 757, proposing a $5,000 tax deduction for volunteer firefighters, rescue, and first aid squad members. Senator Connors and his team are supporting this legislation, which will provide the $5,000 tax donation. Of course, there are parameters that you have to meet in order to qualify that for our volunteer fire companies and first aid personnel.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 17, resolution 2022-134, authorizing the refund of a COA fee payment.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the refund of a preliminary COA payment fee issued by the Lacey Township Tax Assessor. Let me explain to you how we do our COA fees. So we've switched up how we do it a little bit. It is handled by our tax assessor's office. So when a person makes an application to put an addition or to build a new development or a new house, they are responsible for posting 50% of the COA fee up front. They will post the rest of it, or in this case, be refunded a portion of it upon the issuance of the CO. So Ed had taken the 50%, the 50% was actually in excess by $600, so we are refunding them the excess money.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 18, resolution 2022-135, authorizing the refund of deposit monies.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Number 19, resolution 2022-136, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills in the amount of $6,901,961.58.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Can I have your extension?
Oh, yeah. Extension is,
D0400.
I like that. That's exactly what it is.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
With the same extension.
Yes.
And Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Abstain on ES 738, please.
Now you threw me for a loop for that. I didn't expect that.
Monthly reports, please.
Okay. Municipal Court for the month of February collected receipts in the amount of $7,581.44. For the month of March, and we've had a lot of activity before us at court, in the amount of $10,184.70. Municipal docks were collected in the amount of $47,300 for the month of March. Municipal Clerk's Office for the month of March collected receipts in the amount of $12,893.67. Road opening permits for the month of March was in the amount of $6,160.50. Recycling commodity in the amount of $1,099.20. Truck parking was in the amount of is that right? Yeah, $11,175 for the month of March. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
21, motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of March 24th, 2022.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
22, motion to approve township meeting minutes of March 24th, 2022.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve raffle license for the Lacey Girls Softball, Walker River Tuning Club, and the Women's Club by the Bay.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any add-ons?
No, I don't have any add-ons.
Comments from the committee, Mr. McDonald, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I got a couple of things there. First of all, I want to thank Linda and Veronica for putting together the budget. I think the numbers are outstanding. I think they did a great job. And I've been running around here since January because last year we settled all of our contracts but one. And they had built those numbers in to the previous budget. So I wasn't really sure how the contracts were going to affect this year's budget. And I was very surprised by where it came in at. It was a very good job. And this is great. What we have up here, and I'm hoping we can get this out on our Facebook, is the Lacey Township 2022 revenues. They've done a great job. It explains it all. And then there's another one in the back, the Lacey Township 2022 appropriations. It's easy to read. I also want to wish our support for, is it S330, is that what it is, Chris?
Is that the ETR bill?
Yes.
Yes, it is S330.
S330, which is trying to get all of our money back from the energy receipt tax, okay? And I thought I had it in my briefcase, I didn't, but what we got, if we went back to 2000,
Want me to tell you the number?
yeah, 80, 60,
73, no,
70,
$84 million. What's it?
$74 million. 70, since 2000, if they hadn't have fooled with the formula, we would have had an additional $74 million. Now, that's over a 20-year period. Hey, Tim, what's that mean? Well, let's look at it this year. An additional $8 million just in this year alone. Okay? Goes to the state, reallocated, diverted, whatever words you want to use. But that's what the cut was. It's averaging about $6 million a year that we should be getting that we're not getting, and yet we're still keeping the budget low, the tax rate low. And I have to check this, but I think last year we were the lowest tax rate on anybody that wasn't on the island, on the barrier islands. Okay, so I need to check that again. So we do a great job. These two ladies do an outstanding job. Our guys, we put some things in place to make sure that we keep the budget in line. And I had a conversation with Mayor Dykoff today, and he said to me, he said, Tim, do you think we waste money? And I go, absolutely not. I don't think we waste a dime. We don't spend a dime without a lot of questions about it, going through it. And sometimes it's not easy to get the money out. So I just want to thank that, and go forward from there. Mayor, that's all I have.
Mr. Giuliano, please.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, you are.
And I just wanted to send a thank you out to our DPW workers because they really got the fields ready for both our Little League that opened up last week and our girls softball that's opening up in a week from now. And they did a great job and everything looks fantastic. We all have attended our volunteer firemen's banquets for their installation for the new year, and they were a great success. And just to remind everybody that our school is closed next week, so there'll be a lot of kids around. You know, keep them in mind. They'll be on their bikes, their scooters, and walking around. Also, there will be a blood drive in May. It's starting to get around, posted around, in honor of my husband, the Mayor Nicholas Giuliano. It'll be Saturday, May 21st at 9:30 at the Forked River Firehouse. If you can give, we'd appreciate you coming out and giving. That's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Kennis.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I also want to echo the comments of Mr. McDonald on the budget. I thought our CFO, Linda Veronica, did an excellent job. I was really surprised. Sometimes you can never tell where the budget's going, and this year in particular, with the inflation and interest rates, and like Tim said, the contracts, you don't know where everything's going to land in the budget. But I really thought this year, 9 years on the committee, I thought this is the best budget we've passed. And we've had other 1.4 cent increases, which is really low, but we've had them in years past. But I don't know, I was expecting a lot worse from this budget, so my hats off to both of them. I sent them both a text the day after last meeting just to say, which is very rare for me.
We both commented on that. We did.
So I usually don't.
He wants something now.
Yeah, but it was an excellent job by the staff. And I also just a note. Committeeman Curatello wanted me to just let everybody. He regrets not being here, even on Zoom. He's very ill. He's away, but he's very ill. But he wanted me to mention that, so I did. Those are my comments.
Thank you. And what they said, but everyone have a happy Easter and a happy Passover. That's all I have. I'll open the floor to public comment. Hey, Barry.
Barry Benders, Dark Bay Avenue. This will be the first of many. Just wanted to let folks know, right now the plan is for our Relay for Life to be on June 11th. I think I got the right date. Hopefully I got the right date. We don't know. I think at this point we're planning on going all night, but it keeps going back and forth.
Is that prom night? almost positive that's the night that the prom is. Only because I think
You
they
guys
moved
can't
the
win for
prom
losing.
date. I don't know, we'll have to, for some
Yeah.
reason, that's sticking in my head,
That's,
Barry.
they pushed it back, I think they pushed it back a week because it was
Wait,
prom night the week
prom
before.
during the week now?
It's at Veterans, right?
Yeah, Veterans Park.
Okay.
All right, June
I'll be working
fifteenth,
with you.
okay.
That's the last I heard.
All right, it's during the week now, isn't it like on a Wednesday night
know
or
what I-
something? Right, never mind, Barry,
Yeah.
I was wrong, it's June fifteenth, a Wednesday night now.
Okay,
The
all
prom,
right.
yeah.
Just want to say to everyone, keep your fingers crossed that this, I'll use the term caca, doesn't rear its head again because we were 2 weeks away last year and we had to pull the plug, so keep them crossed. Thanks much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, resolution 137, resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing convening executive session to discuss matters of personnel, contractual matters, and anticipated pending litigation in matters of real estate.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes.
Motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. No further business.